It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
A Japanese man married a 10. I don't know if she's a 10 or not, but she has a hologram. And he says he no longer can communicate with his hologram wife after the computer service was discontinued.
Wait a minute. He married a hologram?
Yeah.
What? You mean like a moving picture?
Yeah, Mr. Akihiko Kondo married the hologram of cyber celebrity Hatsune Miku, an unofficial ceremony back in November of 2018.
Miku.
The 28-year-old tells the New York Times, quote, "When we were together, she makes me smile." Kondo has used a $1,300 machine called a Gatebox to generate an interactive hologram of his wife. However, its service for Miku has since been discontinued.
Papa's got a gate box, never gonna meet a girl.
He goes in and out.
While Kondo still has a collection of Miku dolls, including a life-sized one.
Oh, boy.
He hopes to one day be reunited
With his hologram?
with the Miku
So,
he could talk to,
what is it?
perhaps as an android or in the metaverse.
Is the software not available that projects this thing, I'm assuming?
I don't know. Regardless, Kondo says he will remain faithful to her until he dies.
I've no doubt.
So, I mean, at what point... I mean, we're so tolerant of all kinds of idiocy in the world. I mean, I feel I'm of two minds about this. In one sense, is it like the great movie Harvey, where maybe it's better off thinking that the rabbit's real?
Right.
Would you? I mean, is this guy better off?
Yeah, probably.
You know, he's really not hurting anybody, is he?
No.
Yeah.
And it brings him joy.
Hey, how's it going, Harvey?
That was actual audio from the film Harvey.
Harvey.
I mean,
Mr. Potter.
there's two sides to this. I mean, and obviously the guy's a nut job, but what?
I don't like it when you call people that you don't know names. You don't know this
I
man.
personally love it. But the point here
The
is...
guy's crazy.
I'm all for it.
How do you know he's crazy?
He's in love with a manufactured object that
He
doesn't...
might be saner than all of
And
us.
he might be a functioning lunatic, where at
Yeah.
home it's like, that's a weird way to live, but out and about, he's fine.
That's what I'm saying. So it kind of becomes the movie Harvey.
It's not hurting
Yeah.
you.
Is it you're better off with... But I mean, we're extraordinarily tolerant of everything in the world these days, and I'm just saying, is that...
Well, you know
okay?
what we're not tolerant of? The intolerant. Isn't that weird? Yeah.
I hate
Complicated.
the intolerant. I hate the intolerant so much, I'm going to kill all of them.
But I don't quite understand the technical aspects of this.
Of a hologram?
I mean, the technology to create the hologram obviously still exists. So was the provider of the service has folded or
Apparently.
something?
I want to see next week after this guy moves in next door to Christy. And she comes in next week and goes, okay, that idiot moved in next to me and he's insane.
I'll be honest, I do kind of relate to this guy. I attempted this with one of who I think is one of the hottest musicians ever, Gwen
Yeah.
Stefani.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But she told me she ain't no hologram girl. And I had to abort the whole...
I think some golf applause at least for that.
What are you applauding?
You didn't like the joke?
that joke was over.
Hey, Josh, and you, there is no doubt.
I listened to that,
I think we
listened to
could.
that song yesterday, singing along in my car.
Christy, you could screw if this guy does move in next door.
Yeah,
You could really screw with him. No, I mean you could go over and go, hey, listen, I got some bad news for you. Your hologram wife, she left you for another man. No, she left you for Alexa. And not only did she leave you, she's left the male gender behind. Okay, I want to play this for Christy
Okay?
before you go knocking things.
I'm not knocking anything.
She always criticizes.
He's a knocker.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the emails. I'm a bitch. Go on.
They shouldn't show them to
Hang
you.
on.
That's
We
a
have.
fake sex.
Here we go. This is a little something we heard from Josh yesterday.
Just push the
Well, the bitch has spoken.
See, there you go.
Or relax, bitch. These aren't all about you.
According to this guy, with every
Hey,
pot,
look,
you never...
bitch. Oh, that's not about you.
That is.
No, it isn't. Christy, you're leaving?
Yeah.
See ya, bitch.
Hey,
That one's you.
That might be
what is wrong with you today?
These bitches. That'll do, bitch.
Now we've been talking about the most famous person you've ever met. And Christy Lee met the Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
So she says.
Pretty impressive.
It's usually
I
she
have
has
a photo.
Usually she has a friend who met the Dalai. She always has friends for everything. She's got a lot of friends.
I got a lot of friends.
Very
There you
social.
go.
I get out.
And Josh, you said it was the most famous person you met, a baseball player, maybe? Because you met a lot of.
I've met
When
Ken
you worked
Griffey
at
Jr.,
Rollins.
I've met Cal Ripken Jr.
Sure, yeah.
Did you meet Taylor Swift or Katy Perry, right?
Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood,
Yeah.
excuse
Did
me.
you meet any seniors? Any seniors at all?
Senior baseball players?
Well, you said there are a lot of juniors, I heard, but no seniors.
No, I said Ken Griffey Jr., Cal Ripken Jr.
That's exactly right.
I never
They're
did
juniors.
meet Ken Griffey Sr. or Cal Sr.
Well, that's interesting.
I was on an elevator with the. I'll give you a hint. Dookie rope.
Oh, sure.
Adidas shoes.
Yeah, the reason he's giving us a hint, he doesn't remember the name.
I do, but I'm going to let you suffer.
He'll give you 3 guesses.
He thinks we don't know him.
I know.
My favorite thing
Was it
is...
2 Live Crew?
My favorite thing is he actually
DMC.
thinks he's still
It
fooling.
was Run. It was Run DMC.
Oh, okay.
I was in an elevator with the
You
gents.
said the Adidas line.
And I said, by the way, that's a very nice Dookie rope, sir.
Yeah,
All
tell
right.
tell us all about
Very
it.
pleased to
Yeah.
know that. Dear Bob and Tom Show, I once met the. I'm reading this with great precision.
Okay.
Right.
I am not altering it in any way.
That's a first.
Okay.
Good thing you're a precise man.
I once met the very famous Chip McGee at a Donato's Pizza opening.
How about that?
How am I supposed to take?
When I got there, Chip handed me a sweet and low for my tea. Well, thank you, Ron.
Speaking of,
a nice letter.
Who was
this
it,
isn't so
Ron?
much a missed name, but I would like to tell a story real quick. Jeff Oskay and I did a stand-up show last weekend, and the gentleman, very nice guy. It's a terrific venue. He came up and he goes, "Come to the stage, the man who does the voice of Mr. Obvious, Jeff Oskay."
That's great.
Is that right?
Wait, was he bringing up Jeff?
So he read Jeff's profile on Tinder.
Well, that's exciting.
He was bringing up Jeff. He wasn't bringing you up, though, right?
No, but the
Okay.
problem was...
He gotten it all the way
And
wrong.
you know what? I still haven't talked to Jeff about this, but when he goes, the man, you know him as the voice of Mr. Obvious, and half the crowd went, they knew they were expecting a surprise visit from Chick McGee, who does an impression. Who does an impression?
No behind the scenes stuff.
No, I said he does an impression.
We get to hear from Jeff Oskay today, don't we?
Yes, we do. I'm looking forward to
Well,
it.
he's not going
me
to get a
too.
laugh out of me, I can tell you that.
Stealing your
my
bit.
bits.
Yeah.
Dear fellows and
Hey.
Christy, this is from Dixie. I have a few good stories, she says. I met Robert Duvall at a Sunday after Derby brunch at an East Louisville horse farm. I approached him at the buffet and said, I just wanted to meet you as I named my kitten Boo after your character Boo Radley To Kill a Mockingbird.
Because I've always wanted to be a waiter, and I love the smell of sausage in the morning as you hand him the.
Well, turns out maybe she would have been better off saying that, because after she said, I named my kitten Boo after your Boo Radley To Kill a Mockingbird, Robert Duvall said, I'm just trying to get some bacon here. That actually happened. That's true.
I don't want to one-up that. I saw him once, too.
Oh, yeah?
At brunch.
Didn't go well.
No, I didn't say anything to him, but he just looked scary to me.
Great actor.
Vera Wang was there. It was a big day.
So you've seen all these people because you're spilling the beans here.
Well, I went to L.A. and, you go to these...
By the way,
Yeah.
doesn't Vera Wang sound like a
Ever run into a wang, Josh?
like a porno star?
Yes, kind of does.
Drag
She's a
queen?
fabulous wedding designer stuff.
Okay, you looking for another wedding dress?
No, she did the last one. I can't do that again.
Christy, get married again.
Sorry, I
I want to
asked.
drink 12 Miller Lights and dance.
Time now to.
We can do that anyway.
Time now to
Come over
check
to my
in. I
house right
think.
now
Are we
and
going to
do
go to
that.
the big screen? There we go.
week.
There we go. It's Jeff Oskay,
right.
ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, Jeff. We can
Hey, everybody. How's it going today?
Good.
Okay,
Hi, Jeff.
I saw Jeff earlier in the hallway, and now on the TV, it looks like his beard's grown another inch since I saw him. That's amazing.
Playoff beard.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I once got into a verbal altercation with Pauly Shore in a strip club parking lot at 3 in the morning.
Oh, That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, left his ass there.
Who was Paulie opening for?
Well, I was opening for Paulie, even though I did 30 more minutes each show than he did.
Whoa.
And then he had me.
Paid a tenth of the price?
A tenth? I wish. More. I got to drive the lovely feller around. I took him to a strip club that he wanted to go to, and then he goes, "Hey, buddy, why don't you wait out here a few minutes? This place looks a little sketchy." I was like, "In or out, Paulie?" And then I just sped off, and the door slammed in his face.
Okay.
I hate Pauly Shore. Oh, and by the way, just so you guys know, I am not the voice of Mr. Obvious. There were 170 disappointed people the other night for me and Josh's show when I was introduced as the voice of Mr. Obvious, and the entire crowd goes, "Oh!" And I got up, I went, "No, you're all about to be very disappointed. First of all, you guys can't afford Chick, nor do you deserve Chick. So you got me, Marion, Indiana."
I had a fine time. It was a good venue. I would like to go back. Very positive feeling about it.
Very well for some.
And I bet they can afford me.
Time now for news we failed to mention.
Let's do it.
Now, here's Jeff Oskay with what you failed to mention news.
As you mentioned earlier, a man married a hologram. What you failed to mention, that's outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. No Jim and the Holograms fans out there. Thanks, Josh.
I didn't give you that joke.
No, I know, but I know you used to jerk off to that when you were a kid. No.
What's
Wait
a minute, hang on a second. What's Jin in the hologram?
Jim and the Hologram.
What is it?
J-E-M. It was a cartoon and then a movie.
J-E-M.
I didn't watch it either, Jeff. I apologize.
I watched it.
Just know that there were some people out there that laughed.
Ace watched that he didn't laugh.
Well, he only laughs at his own jokes.
All right. A 13-year-old is about to graduate from college. What you failed to mention, that's nothing. Right now, there's a 7-year-old making my new pair of tennis shoes.
That's a good one. You're okay now. Your head's almost above water.
The world's oldest woman died this week at the age of 119. What you failed to mention, finally, said her family.
Most of her family's probably also dead.
A study came out that says women who run and work out have more and better orgasms. What you failed to mention, not if she's dating me, she doesn't. A woman wearing a Mother of the Year t-shirt was arrested after punching a referee at their child's game. What you failed to mention, looks like the job of bailing her out of jail will fall on either number one dad or more than likely world's greatest grandpa. Saying the whole family's trash.
Right.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
number one dad, you see.
The Brazilian military just ordered 35,000 Viagra pills. What you failed to mention, their army slogan, "We're looking for a few hard men." The LAPD was alerted to a reindeer stuffed with cocaine that had been donated to a local donation center. What you failed to mention, I've never got a reindeer stuffed with coke at one of those places. The closest I've come, a couch full of mites. Couch full of mites. Evil genius Elon Musk bought Twitter this week for $44 billion. What you failed to mention, good for him. Why kick just one starving child when you can kick a whole planet's worth?
Interesting take.
Is that part of that gem, the hologram thing?
Yeah, that's okay. A snake hoarder with over 200 snakes in his home was bitten and killed by one of his snakes. What you failed to mention, $20 says he wasn't discovered by a girlfriend.
All is forgiven.
A man got a dumbbell stuck in his anus. What you failed to mention, if I were him, I'd look for a new personal trainer. There's a bowling alley from the 1950s for sale up in Michigan. What you failed to mention, the 1950s alley is so authentic that women are still only allowed to bowl on Mondays.
Thanks for going with women.
Yeah, there are a few different roads you could
there
take.
were multiple punchlines I could have went with there. There's a new cereal that is made to be eaten with OJ instead of milk. What you failed to mention, keep your eye out for the new Kato Kalin Crunch.
I bet he had cereal with OJ.
Yeah, why not? And finally, oh, thank God, like a Chilean miner seeing light for the first time. A home sold for $800,000 with a squatter living in the basement. Well, you failed to mention that's nothing. I've had 3 squatters living in my home for the past 6 years, and I'm required by law to feed, clothe them, pay for their health insurance, take them to the dentist, buy them birthday presents for them and their friends' birthdays, and make sure they get to school on time. So I don't know what that guy's complaining about. I'm Jeff Oskay, and this has been the news we failed to mention.
Jeff Oskay. Look at him go.
He's
That
wearing
was
a real
good.
tie this
That
time.
was good. Thank you very much, Jeff.
Watch the entire show live or on demand at bobandtom.com.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker. If you just like that video, then do your part. Like and subscribe. You have to. It's state law.